What is the most natural type of hair system you can get? That is what we're talking about today. This video is in partnership with LavividHair.com. If you use code TheSalonGuy, you get 15% off of your order at LavividHair.com. And you can also follow them on Instagram and DM them any sort of questions you may have. And Tina is very, very, very helpful. So let's talk about what's the best type of hair system or even the best haircut. We're going to kind of talk about a variety of things, but to me, if you want the most natural looking type of hairstyle or hair system, I suggest the thin skin poly base, which is what this one is. Now, the reason I'm a fan of this, I even wore not this color, but I wore this particular unit when I was wearing a system. And the one thing I loved about it the most was, and you'll see here right now, is how natural this looks, right? The hairline, okay? The hairline, the density of it, and you can also obviously control the density by the way you have it cut. You can actually remove a lot of the weight yourself by using either thinning shears or a razor, or just remove some of that excess bulk. But to me, it doesn't get any more natural looking than this. So, the whole point of having a hair system is for it to look like it's your own hair, right? That is what's really, really important. Also, the other thing I want to point out is that notice I'm using the wide teeth of the comb. The wide teeth of the comb, right, is not going to be as tight of a comb or of a section if you're using the fine teeth, because the fine teeth bunches the hair together. And I've noticed that the more and the wider the teeth are, the easier it is to get through and the better for the actual base itself, like the poly base, so you're not damaging it or ripping the hair out. The minute you start to use fine teeth like this, you start ripping and going at it really hard, it's actually going to not be good for the actual hair system itself. So you want to be very, very gentle. You want to make sure that you're doing, easy strokes throughout the hair like this and easy combs so that you're going to get a lot of longevity through it. Now, also what's great about this type of system, a poly, right, thin skin, Euro type system, is that you can wear a variety of haircuts with it. So what really is going to be the best haircut for you? And that really honestly depends on the type of individual that you are. So this mannequin, I had cut this previously, and this is, your kind of classic faded undercut. Who is this ideal for? Is this great for somebody in their 50s or 60s? Well, maybe, but maybe not, right? It doesn't mean you can't wear it, but the hair system itself should match up the individual. Now, if you are a bit more of a stylish type of guy and you want to wear your hair like this, there's nothing wrong with doing it. But just make sure that you're choosing something that makes the hairstyle not only look youthful, but also the density and the system itself has to look very, very youthful as well. If this was super, super thick and a system that just looks very, very just not real at all, it's going to be spotted a mile away, and you don't want to have something that's going to make it more and more obvious. So that's why I think something like this would work out great, because of the fact that it looks to me the most believable. And also, when you're getting the hairline cut and the whole thing put together, you want to make sure that you feel comfortable with it. To me, if I saw this, I would say, right, wow, this looks pretty amazing. Yes, it's a lot of hair, and yeah, you can have that much hair. But the thing about wearing a system is that, you don't want a straight across harsh line. It's just you want some inconsistencies throughout the hairline, right? See how it kind of goes back? You almost want sometimes a natural kind of recession. So it's oh yeah, it looks more believable. Anytime you've got something that super just looks like it was drawn on, it's just not gonna, be the best option in my opinion. Now, a different system, which would be this one right here, the Cronus system, it's a bit more on the thicker side, but at the same time, now because of the base, you've got the breathability right in through here, and you have the lace, which is kind of right throughout the front here. So it is a bit thicker, as you can see, but this is a very, very high-end type of hair system because of the texture of the hair, how this is 100% human hair, very, very thick hair, very silky, and also the strength of this base. This is a very, very strong, solid base that will last you months and months. And you have that breathability factor, whereas the poly base, even though it's a lot more natural, you don't have any breathability, and that's one thing that I experienced when I was wearing the hair unit. But this was created, right? It's got very, very unique stitching. It was created to duplicate a human hair, right? The growth pattern. So it's a very, very unique system in a sense that, yeah, it's a bit on the thicker side, but is this the right hair system for you? Now, clearly this is, put on a bald mannequin, so this hairstyle may not be the best fit, but at the same time, this may work for you because your hair naturally may be a bit denser. Maybe a side part is something that's going to look, a little bit better for you, right? A side parted hairstyle that may work out just, it may match your kind of more of your lifestyle. It may look a little bit more you, so to speak, or maybe it's something where it's all slicked back off your face, right? When are you going to wear something like that? Well, just keep in mind, anytime you do have something off the face, this will all be exposed, all right? You may, if somebody's looking up close, like right on top of it, they may be able to spot the hairline. But the goal of it is, to have it where it looks extremely natural, and this isn't going to be a worry. So, the thickness, the density, it does really, really matter. I do know there's a lot of hair systems out there that are so thick and so dense, and they don't always look the most natural to me. But again, that may work for you. It may make you feel comfortable. So really, in the end, what it comes down to is get whatever you think is going to make you feel and look your best. Also, if you're using different type of styling products, some products you maybe want to stay away from depending on the type of haircut you have. Sometimes powders or clays work really well because they actually bind the hair together. But because these, the mannequin head, right? Sometimes mannequin hair, it's like so dense and so thick. When you're dealing with human hair, right, which a lot of mannequins do have, when you're dealing with human hair, you can actually go in with something a bit heavier like a paste or like a cream gel or, something that's a bit on the stronger side because you've got all that support and the hair is so thick, the foundation is great. You can actually wear something like a strong slick back or more of a textured spiky look, right? That's the one thing that's great about wearing a hair system is that you can basically have any type of style that you want. It comes down to the haircut. Make sure that the person you're having that's applying this, they know how to cut hair really well. They're familiar with men's hair. They're great with creating shapes. They're good with creating the units themselves, the hairline. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. But yeah, so don't forget, code TheSalonGuy gets you 15% off your order at lavividhair.com. And thank you all for watching.